but underneath the foundation, I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Tinted Moisturizer Balm, which also gives a little glow.
Accessories from necklaces to boots and shoes.
All range of purples, from lavenders to royals to the colors that started it all, Balenciaga's Prawn Purple.
Welcome back to Money Morning. My name's Eric Stewart.
And I'm Paul Robinson.
We're here with Scott Levitan. We're talking all about the biotech project. Everyone's excited to see this coming in. Now, we did talk about employment and the fact that we're trying to look out for the residents that were slightly displaced. We have programs set up. But one thing that we didn't discuss, and I'm sure I'm going to get you on this one, is what about the actual development of this entire project? What was done to make sure that there were inclusionary practices and that everyone got a fair shake in bidding on contracts?
Yeah. Well, we're committed to very significant inclusion goals for this project. Over 35% minority women business and owned enterprises, and also a significant component of local businesses that are resident in the 10 zip codes surrounding 21205. We have a director of inclusion named Andrea Garris-Jackson, who works for Forest City New East Baltimore Partnership, and her tentacles are everywhere in the community. She was formerly at City Hall, and she's a great asset to helping us achieve our goals.
Give us those numbers again.
Well, we've achieved over 35% participation in minority and women-owned businesses getting contracts in this project.
Wow.
And to give you an example, the city looks at about a 15% inclusion percentage, and that's based on the capacity of the Baltimore market to be able to provide those kinds. So we're double the capacity of the market, the average number of minority and women business enterprises in the market. Wow. We're achieving double that. And then on workforce in the project, people who are actually building the buildings, we've achieved over 56% minority and women individual participation in creating jobs. It really is. It's something I'm most proud of.
We know that with a lot of projects, it is a challenge to get a higher percentage of, and like you said, the city typically will have 15% inclusionary practices in minority and women-based businesses. You all doubled those numbers, but the 54% number just boggles my mind. Now, we know that Baltimore actually is more minority-based than majority-based, but when it comes to the big business, the construction business, these are majority-controlled for the most part. So how are you all able to find such quality workmanship at that level, and at 54%? It's just incredible.
Well, we have some great contractors. For instance, the contractor for 855 North Wolf was Hensel Phelps. They were very committed to the goals that we had on this project, and they had to be creative. For instance, we had an opportunity for a crane operator on our project, and through the work of Hensel Phelps and Andrea, a minority-owned firm was married with a majority firm. They created a joint venture to do this project so that the minority firm could build capacity. And that minority firm now on other projects is bidding independently as an independent bidder. And so it's creating capacity within the market for minority-owned firms to be able to stand on their own in businesses that they haven't been able to work in before, get some experience in the East Baltimore project, and then move on, you know, and become mainstream firms. It's really rewarding to have those kind of success stories.
Yeah, when you can just see the progress and then the independence, it's got to be very rewarding.
It is.
So what do you think the lasting legacy of the project is going to be?
Well, if we're lucky, East Baltimore will be a neighborhood, or what we call now the New East Side, will be a neighborhood that will be desirable for people to want to live in. There won't be 2/3 vacancy in housing. There'll be a huge demand for housing. And it'll be a transit-oriented community where people can walk to work at Johns Hopkins, at Kennedy Krieger, in the science park that we're building, and own their own companies in that community. You know, I think that's everybody's aspirations for the forgotten neighborhoods in Baltimore.
That's the change that that Baltimore really needs.
Yes.
We felt that it was a good partnership that we could probably develop. And I think I'm very comfortable that you all are as passionate about it as we are about the housing in Baltimore and moving forward with these types of projects and seeing them through. So it's just, it's great to see. Again, you can see I'm excited that 2009 is just now 8 months away. And the project, is it on schedule?
Yeah.
Everything's on schedule?
We're on schedule. I wish we were on budget, but we're moving ahead anyhow.
Well, that's tough to do with a lot of these
It
big
is,
developments.
right.
But you know what? In the end, it's all worth it because you look 10 years down the road, and if you have some overruns of $5 million, $10 million, $15 million,
No, we're not that off.
who cares about it 10 or 15 years from now? We can look back and see what kind of a lasting effect you had on the entire community.
Right.
So we're just glad to have you here, Scott.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks
and
for the
of course,
opportunity.
You can join us here on Monday morning every morning to get more good information. My name's Eric Stewart.
And I'm Paul Robinson.
We'll see you tomorrow.